This is fun. I just want to put on a cowboy hat. Rope horses, barrel horses, and that's what we're going to come out and watch?
Well, we're going to come out and watch roping.
Okay.
It's tie-down roping.
What am I roping?
We're going to be roping cattle.
What kind of cattle? Like a goat, a steer?
No, it's a cow.
Okay, a cow.
Cattle or cows.
All right.
And so it's the tie-down
I would like to
calf
stop this
roping.
interview right now, and because I've just like totally embarrassed myself. Cattle. What is it? A squirrel? Okay, so we're talking cattle, which would be a cow. The cowboys are going to be on their horses with rope, and then they're going to rope the cow, and then they knock the cow down and tie it up.
Oh, they definitely don't.
That's a smaller animal, isn't it?
They definitely don't knock them down. No, it's actually what we'll have is about 40 cowboys, very big names in the rodeo industry, are going to come and they're going to rope in our event, and then they're going to have 2 rounds. Each cowboy will rope 2 calves, and then in the end, we're going to look at the scores and the times, and the 10 fastest times are going to come back to a finals round.
Well, then wouldn't I just throw the rope as soon as they open the gate and try to rope that?
You do. You try to do it just as fast as you possibly can, because that's what wins.
All right. But do the cows, are they trained? Like, do they know, duck your head, duck your head, duck your head, as the cowboys are chasing them with the ropes?
They're going to be fresh cows, so they're not very trained.
I'm just pretending I'm a cowboy all of a sudden. I'm looking at how big my cow is compared to the other guy's cow. Because if I got a bigger cow, is that good? Or do I have to have a bigger, like, circle on the end of my rope, right? So get over that big cow's head. I mean, but it's a bigger target, so I'm thinking then I could do even better. Or if my cow has longer legs and it's going to go faster. See, do cowboys even think about that?
Well, you do have to look at the size of your stock, but whenever you hire a stock contractor, you get a very uniform set of calves.
You mean there's a guy who raises cows to be roped?
Absolutely.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother job. In this job market, raising cows to a certain size. Stop beating cow, you're getting too big to rope. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so the cows are pretty uniform in size.
Yes, they are.
Okay, and so the gate will open, and is the cowboy going to be behind that gate?
Yes.
And they open up the gate, and the whistle goes off, and then they start chasing them.
They do. This is really a great question for James.
Is it? Because I think Donnie's like totally amazed that I don't know anything about this.
You can describe the event so much better than I can.
I'll wait. I'll wait to talk to him then. All right, let's talk a little bit more about you.
Okay.
Okay. You look like you're in your 20s.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. No, I'm
welcome.
in my early 30s.
All right. The age range for being diagnosed with MS, there is a certain age range.
There is. I think it's typically the most common for people in their late 20s. And I think that can vary anywhere from your early 20s up to like your 50s even. But the most common is late 20s.
I think that if you can find your way up to 50 without being diagnosed with anything, that you're pretty doggone lucky.
Absolutely.
As I get older, I'm like, oh, I hate what gravity's doing to me. But I'm older and I'm still healthy, so that's good. Are you on medication?
I am.
May I ask you what you are taking?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
on an interferon.
And that is something you swallow? It's injected?
It's an injection.
Okay. I think I know about this.
It's a 3-time per week injection that I take. And then I'm on a lot of natural things. I take some stuff called Mona V for energy. And I'm on Juice Plus vitamins. It's an all-natural vitamin. And I also do things like acupuncture. That's really been the road to success for me, is combining those things.
Okay. A special diet or anything? My friend stopped eating all wheat.
You know, I haven't done anything other than try to eat good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, eat healthy and stay away from the fast foods as much as possible.
That's so difficult.
It is.
You can trip over the fast food stores. You don't even need a car to go from one fast food store to another fast food store.
It is, and it's work to eat good. And, you know, so that's a challenge. But as far as diet goes, that's all that I do.
Do you do a lot of fruit?
Yes.
My hairdresser is never been sick, and neither have her children. And she owes it. She says it's because we eat fruit. We eat so much fruit. It's so good for us. But it's so difficult. What is it? The tamales for Christmas here? I'm like, I don't want a tamale. Nothing wrong with a tamale, but I can't see any nutritional value in a tamale. And it was like, but it's a tradition. I'm like, I'm not eating one. But I find in San Antonio that the food, the Mexican food, can not be the healthiest. No offense to anybody who owns or works at a Mexican restaurant. That's just my own personal
Yes,
preference.
and it's so good, too.
I
You know,
know.
that Mexican food is so good, so it's so hard not to eat that stuff.
I know. I'm going, after we're done, I'm going to go home and make soup. Because this is soup weather.
Yes, it is.
But I was reading an article that said, why do people eat junk food? And it's because they're bored, because they're stressed, and they're tired. Have you suffered with or dealt with fatigue?
Absolutely. That's probably the biggest thing that gets me down.
What is fatigue? Because I think I feel fatigue, and I say, oh, I'm so fatigued, but I'm never sure exactly what it means. I think it means tired and restless.
I think that's a pretty good description of it.
When I'm feeling that way, tired and fatigued, I feel a sense of a little bit of loss of hope. Because usually I'm a pretty doggone happy person.
Right.
When I'm fatigued, people get on my nerves. You know, and I try not to make eye contact with my boss or members of my family. I'm like, I really don't care. And the cat comes to sit on me, and I'm like, not today. Anything else right now that you are dealing with?
Actually, no. I like I said, I've been really blessed with the way that my treatment schedule has gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I do deal with, you just have to manage. You know, like the fatigue, you have to be aware of it, and you just have to work so that it doesn't affect members of your family, and your mood doesn't affect your day-to-day life, and you just have to make that decision. Be aware of it.
Any compromises you've had to make since you're dealing with MS?
Absolutely. And that was real hard at the beginning. I'm a very involved horse competitor, and
So you ride?
I do. And so that was something that I had to cut back on, most especially in the summer, because the heat affects someone with MS.
That's right. I've heard that.
Yes, very adversely. So in the summer, I don't do as much of the things that I like to do.
We could hook you up on a horse with big fans on either side and a big umbrella over the top.
Cooling vests and everything else.
Do you ever worry about falling off the horse and hitting your head? I mean, what happened to Christopher Reeves?
Right. There's always risk in anything like that, but I don't worry about that too much.
Yeah, I guess you could just, you could worry about everything, you know, I mean.
Absolutely.
And
that's
car.
something that me and my husband both grew up with. I think we were on a horse before we could walk. So.
Do you wear a helmet when you ride?
No.
No? Okay, I went horseback riding one time. All right, this is my story. This is why I don't know anything about horses. And I was like 14 years old, and I went, and this horse was huge. And so they went to put me up on it, and they didn't have a saddle. So when they went to lift me up on it, they threw me right over the top of the horse, and I fell off the other side. Then when I finally got on this horse, it was so big, it took me right up to the trees and started trying to get me off of them. And I'm like, oh, and I'm holding on to his mane. Finally, I got off that horse, and there was a little horse next to him. And I thought, man, I'm not getting on that big horse again. And I sat side saddle on the little horse, and it was a little racing horse, and it took off with me. They scare me. They're so big and they're unpredictable.
Oh, but there's so many good horses out there too. And that's something else that people are going to get to see whenever they come to the event is the quality of horses that these cowboys ride. They're going to be on some beautiful animals.
In case you just joined us, right now we're talking with Tawny O'Brien. She's the event coordinator for the Namgis fundraising event, which all the proceeds go to the MS Center right here in South Texas. Can there be cowgirls in it?
No, it's just an event for men.
So when they come out to the event, they're going to be able to watch 40 cowboys?
Yes, that's right.
2 rounds. They're going to do calf roping.
Yes, tie-down roping.
Why do they call it tie-down roping?
What happens is a cowboy is going to rope a calf. They dismount, run down the rope, and they tie their calf down, and he stays tied for 6 seconds in order for the cowboy to get a time. And then as soon as that time is up, then they let the calf loose, and then he goes on about his day.
And we're all about who does it the fastest.
That's exactly right.
All right. And the event is January 30th at the Namgis facility, which is in Hondo, Texas. If I want to buy tickets, how do I do that?
Tickets are on sale, and you can visit with Janet Kaufman at the MS Center of South Texas. She's going to be the contact for the tickets.
Okay. Do you have a phone number? Janet's sitting right here. What's your phone number?
It's 210
210
692
692
1245.
1245. The event is going to raise money for MS research and care while also giving payouts to the cowboys. The ropers are going to compete for over $30,000 in cash and prizes that include $10,000 added money, a custom tooled trophy saddle by Cactus Saddlery.
Right.
And a buckle by High O Silver.
That's right.
No, not High O Silver.
It is. It is.
I thought I was reading that wrong. Our cowboy, what is his name?
This one?
Yes. The good-looking cowboy right there, the one that you're married to.
This is James O'Brien.
James O'Brien. James, can we get James to come on up? Tawny, thank you so very much.
Thank you.